Daniel D. Tompkins, a name etched in the annals of American history, yet often overshadowed by the giants of his time. Born in 1774 in the quiet village of Scarsdale, New York, young Daniel's life would take him far from those humble beginnings. His parents, Jonathan and Sarah Tompkins, instilled in him a strong work ethic and a thirst for knowledge. These values would guide him as he embarked on a path of public service that would leave an indelible mark on a young nation. Tompkins' intellect shone brightly from a young age. He excelled in his studies, eventually finding his way to Columbia College in the bustling city of New York. The bustling city must have been a stark contrast to the quiet fields of Scarsdale. But Daniel Tompkins was never one to shy away from a challenge. He thrived in this new environment, immersing himself in the world of ideas and emerging as a young man of great promise. After graduating from Columbia in 1795, Tompkins chose the legal profession, a path well trodden by ambitious young men of the time. He established a successful law practice in New York City, quickly gaining a reputation for his sharp mind and even sharper wit. But Tompkins's ambitions extended far beyond the courtroom. He felt the pull of public service, a calling that would lead him to the forefront of New York and, indeed, national politics. In 1801, at just 27 years old, Tompkins was elected as a delegate to the New York State Constitutional Convention. This was a pivotal moment in his career, a sign of things to come. The young lawyer from Scarsdale, with his keen intellect and unwavering commitment to justice, was ready to leave his mark on the Empire State. Tompkins's star continued to rise in the early 19th century. His legal acumen and growing reputation led to his appointment to the New York State Supreme Court in 1804. This prestigious position cemented his place within the state's legal elite. He approached his judicial duties with the same diligence and commitment that had marked his legal career. But fate, it seemed, had other plans for the ambitious young judge. In 1807, at the age of 33, Tompkins was elected governor of New York. It was a remarkable achievement. He was now the leader of the most populous and economically powerful state in the nation. His tenure as governor would be defined by challenges, both foreseen and unforeseen. But through it all, Tompkins would demonstrate the same unwavering commitment to his state and its people that had come to define his career. One of Tompkins' most significant accomplishments as governor was his tireless advocacy for the construction of the Erie Canal. He understood that this ambitious project had the potential to transform New York's economy. The canal, he argued, would open up trade routes to the west. It would solidify New York's position as the gateway to the nation's heartland. Though the canal would not be completed until after his time as governor, Tompkins's vision and leadership were instrumental in making this transformative project a reality. However, the spectre of war soon cast a long shadow over Tompkins's governorship. In 1812, the United States declared war on Great Britain. New York, with its extensive coastline and strategic location, was particularly vulnerable to attack. Governor Tompkins found himself thrust into the role of wartime leader, a responsibility he shouldered with characteristic determination. The War of 1812 tested Daniel D. Tompkins as never before. As governor of a state directly in the line of fire, he faced the daunting task of organizing New York's defenses. He personally oversaw the fortification of New York City Harbor and the raising of state militias. His efforts were instrumental in repelling British attacks and protecting the citizens of New York. Tompkins' commitment to the war effort went far beyond his official duties. He personally financed much of the state's war expenses, depleting his own fortune in the process. He even went so far as to mortgage his personal property to secure loans for the state. These extraordinary sacrifices, made at a time of great national crisis, cemented Tompkins's reputation as a true patriot, a man willing to give everything he had to defend his state and his nation. The war years were a time of great personal hardship for Tompkins. The financial strain took a toll on his health, but through it all, he never wavered in his commitment to his duty. His steadfast leadership during this tumultuous period earned him the respect and admiration of his fellow citizens, who recognized in him a leader willing to sacrifice everything for the greater good. When the War of 1812 finally ended in 1815, Daniel D. Tompkins could look back with pride on his service to New York. He had led his state through one of its most challenging periods, emerging with his reputation enhanced. His sacrifices, both personal and financial, had secured his place as one of New York's most beloved and respected leaders. Tompkins's wartime service did not go unnoticed on the national stage. In 1816, he was elected Vice President of the United States under President James Monroe. It was a testament to his growing national stature. The once obscure lawyer from Scarsdale was now a heartbeat away from the presidency. As Vice President, Tompkins played a key role in the Monroe administration. He was a trusted advisor to President Monroe, offering his counsel on a wide range of issues. His experience as a governor and his deep understanding of the nation's political landscape proved invaluable. Tompkins presided over the Senate with his characteristic dignity and fairness, earning the respect of his colleagues on both sides of the aisle. The Monroe presidency was a time of relative peace and prosperity for the United States, an era often referred to as the era of good feelings. Tompkins's tenure as vice president reflected the spirit of unity and progress. He worked tirelessly to promote national harmony and to advance the interests of the American people. In 1820, Tompkins was re-elected vice president, a testament to his popularity and the success of the Monroe administration. However, behind the scenes, personal struggles began to cast a shadow over Tompkins's accomplishments. Despite his political successes, his health and finances were in decline, a stark reminder that even the most prominent figures can face personal demons.